Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of Crash Course. I'm Haeden.
And this is Alex.
And today we're going to be talking about should Spartans be trained differently or better. We're going to be talking about like their discipline and some of the limits that they've had, and even the recruiting for things like the Spartan 2 program. So, Alex, do you want to start?
Okay. So, you know how Spartans are trained, they're all like, yeah, they come, well, first you have to make them work out a little bit. And then...
Talk a little bit louder, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to talk a little louder? That's nice. Anyway, you know, they gotta lift a whole bunch of weights and stuff and get all buff, and then they can get in the suit. But see, what they need to do is make them wear the suit. And listen to me. That way they get used to the suit's weight, and then they can jump all high and stuff. And then they can bench cars.
Like Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Z. Well, the way that I'm coming at it, I think that Spartan 2s were trained fine, besides for the recruiting process. For those of you that don't know, the Spartan 2 program, they went to outer planets, and they would kidnap, like, athletic 6-year-old children around that age, and they would replace them with a clone that was set to literally die within a couple months. And then they would take those small children and genetically modify them, like, whenever they were still, like, pre-teens, early teens, and just make them super soldiers and take away, you know, a lot of their emotions and stuff like that. And
I ain't got a problem with that.
Most of the power for the Spartan 2s comes from their genetic modifications, whereas the Spartan 4 program, which take place in Halo 4 and 5, which includes people like Spartan Locke and now Buck from ODST as a Spartan, and Fireteam Osiris. They were pretty much trained. They were good Marines / soldiers out on the field already, and then the suit basically gives them most of their power. And so, I mean, we have two completely different like training processes here with Spartan 2 and Spartan 4. It's pretty hard to compare them, but really, we like to have fun here. But
Just
yeah.
look over there and I see Lord Beerus.
We're getting all the Dragon Ball references today. But, yeah, I think if anything, the recruitment process should be different. And, the training for the Spartan 4s, I mean, sure, most of them worked somewhat before they got the suit, whenever they're Marines, but Spartan 2s were training just so hard. Like, blood, sweat, tears. John killed a couple people when he was, like, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was 13, he was, like, the size of, like, a full-grown male. You know, killing people that young and stuff. He was fighting, you know, for his armor and upgrades, and they had to go on a mission to actually get their armor. But Spartan 4s were just like, okay, whatever, you're a Marine, ODST, here, just take this armor.
So the Spartan 4 program is like society now. They just give out everything.
Yeah.
Like, and that little kid who doesn't win the trophy, oh, here's the participation ribbon. That's what this is. They just don't want, they're not making them try hard enough is what they're doing.
Yeah, that's why we have a bunch of try-hard Spartan 4s running around in Halo 5. And it's very disappointing, because I just want to play as Master Chief. I couldn't give two pooper dinkles about Agent Locke, or, well, Buck is pretty cool. I play as Buck.
Yeah,
but, you know what, that's all. We talked about training limits.
No issue.
And, I mean...
I mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We're wrapping. We're wrapping
it up?
Yeah.
Alright, so holla at your boy, Fraction Overby over here, and I'll be heading out for some lunch.
Cut the camera. Cut the camera!